Welcome to First Wing, a Fourth Wing podcast.
I'm Brianna, and this is the start of my Iron Flame journey.
And I'm Kendra, an experienced dragon rider, here to help this second year. Just a quick note, this book contains explicit content, including swearing, sex, violence, and death, and so will this podcast. There's definitely violence in these chapters. There's a little, off-page sex references.
Yeah.
That's about it. I just have to say that I'm back. I was gone for a long time. I did 2 different trips since our last recording to this one. You guys won't notice because it's coming out every week, but we had done several recordings before, but I'm so excited.
Yep.
So happy that I'm back and we get to keep reading.
Now we're recording the episode that's actually going to come out next week instead of 4 or 5 weeks from now.
Yeah. We caught up.
Yep. Today we are discussing chapters 46 and 47. Last episode ended when Kat took the prize of learning the runes the fastest.
Yeah, they had just had that little rune class outside and there was scorch marks everywhere and she managed to do it. She's obviously good at this.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, chapter 46, the little blurb on top says, "It is somewhat fitting that the only weapon capable of killing a dark wielder is the same thing that drove them to soullessness, power," which is by Captain Lyra Dorrell's Guide to Vanishing the Venin.
Right, so now I'm like, so is her power just pure power? Who knows?
Isn't that what it said it is?
Yeah, so it's not lightning.
No.
Or it's not electricity, it's
power.
just
no, that's
pure
said.
power.
Yeah, it is said earlier in here.
Yeah.
That she's power.
It's
not
just so interesting because she's called a lightning wielder, but it seems like we're constantly being told that she's not really a lightning wielder.
Yeah, almost like they're discovering more and more about her signet.
Yeah.
For sure. And I was thinking about that too because power is in these they power up the alloy.
Yes.
The daggers kill him with power. She can kill him with power. What
Right.
else? What else is power? I just was is it just her? I mean, what would Violet want most in life would definitely be to be able to kill the enemies that are killing people. It doesn't even matter if it's her friends or family, anybody.
Yeah.
So it does fit with her, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. There seems to be so much kind of hidden in that little thing, you know?
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Okay, good. So now she is in her room, or in Xaden's room, I guess technically. And she is sitting there getting ready for a class and she's trying to she's tempering some ruins. They're supposed to be sound boosting ruins.
Yeah.
Anyways, here, he basically is looking over her shoulder and looks at what she's doing and asks her runes. So I guess this is the first conversation they're having since she learned runes, right?
Yeah.
That she says that they're the trial squad for this and she meant to tell him last night. And she talks about how she's taking delicate strands of pearlescent power.
Yeah, so she must still be doing the runes with Indarna's power only then.
Yeah, because I think she mentioned in the last chapter that Terrence was too
scary,
explosive or something. Yeah,
it just seemed too intimidating to even touch.
Right.
Because it was the giant door looks capable of consuming me, but the pearlescent flow of Indarna's power feels approachable.
Yeah, and it is interesting that it went from golden.
Yes.
To pearlescent, yeah.
When she changed.
I know, and I still can't believe that I never noticed that. Innocent change, but still,
that is cool.
Kind of funny.
Because it's all in her mind, so it does make sense if she's viewing Indarna differently, then she would view her power differently.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, it's in her mind. It is also real, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is it all in her mind? Or is it real? Or is it what Dumbledore says?
Why can't it be both?
Why can't it be both? Okay, good. I hope there's some really good Harry Potter fans that listen to our podcast, so we're not the only ones that think our Harry Potter references are funny.
Because we make them twice an episode, every episode.
I really hope there's someone. Speaking of listeners, I do have to say that we have a total of 370 something followers between Apple Pods and Spotify, and I just want to say thank you to 370 something people who don't know us at all and choose to listen to us.
Yeah. Well, minus the 3 people who do know us.
Oh, yeah. Hi, sister. Well, she has to catch up, though. She said she's behind. Okay, back to the chapter. She had just said, I meant to tell you last night, right? And then his response is, I meant to tell you a lot last night, too, but once I found you in bed, my mouth was otherwise occupied. So I guess he was away for a while, and was excited to see her, obviously.
Yeah, it just said he's been gone more than he's been home.
Yeah, which is... because there's a lot going on. Yeah. Oh, and also they say here he's been running the weapons from the forge to the front lines. So that means the forge is up and running. They're just getting a lot done. And like even says that him and Garrick like were caught in some attack, which I assume is Venom because it can't be the Flyers attacking him now. Like
Yes.
before it could have been the Flyers,
Or maybe just wyverns.
Or wyverns. That's true.
Which
It could
is
just be them,
easier.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, they're still like giant scary monsters, but they are easier than the Venom.
Yeah, but I imagine they have to only, if they're going to send out people to run these to the front lines, they have to be good fighters. And obviously Zayden's a great fighter, so.
Yes, and Garrick is too.
And Garrick, which we don't, like, we get nothing. He's just, like, mentioned on the side here. Like, where's our Garrick?
I don't know. We got to get, what's her name, Imogen dating him, and then we'll get more of him, I'm sure.
What is going on? I really like Garrick, and I was noticing how little he is in the book, and I was wondering why I like him.
It's just a name you put next to Zayden.
I mean, in Zayden's POVs, you get a lot of Garrick.
Yeah.
And you get a little more of feel of him there, which is fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, so Zane's like, hey, I can help you, but he's like kissing her, and she's sort of like, oh, that's not really helping me. But so she asks him, this is why, or she tells him, this is why you left that book to me in Denvar. And he's like, yeah, I was trying to give you a head start. He didn't say anything. We talked about that, but okay, whatever.
Really
he could have said something, but she did start doing stuff with it.
Yeah,
but
there was no reason to keep runes a secret.
Except for that they were against the law or something to do in... But by that time, she already knew everything. Yeah, exactly. It didn't make any sense.
And I think she did even ask him, why did you leave this for me? Which means he lied. He's like, oh, it's just like...
Arts and crafts? Something to keep your fingers busy? I don't know what he said.
Yeah, he said, well, basically, he said, like, one, like, I thought it would help, like, I don't know, like, soothe you, give you something to do. And then he also said about, like, Tirish culture. I want you to...
Yeah, he totally didn't tell her anything.
Yeah.
That's really got to just be for the readers so we can be surprised. But anyways, kind of dumb. Zayden, come on. I mean, there's a little bit of that, like, ask the questions you want going on in these chapters as well, which puts us back to us, like...
The thing is, like, she
literally asked,
like,
and he didn't
why
answer.
Did you give this to me?
Yeah. He picks up Warwick's journal and is, like, thumbing through it and says, like, this is impossible to read. I mean, he doesn't read old Lucerys.
No.
It's like a weird sentence.
But I was like, oh my gosh, is she gonna... I was hoping that she would come over to him and be like, no, see, it's not that hard. Oh my gosh, and figure it out right here. Because... I'm looking at this book and I'm like, oh, we haven't even gotten to the name, the title of the book yet in the book.
We almost got there. We got so close. Iron, what was it she
Rain.
said? Iron Rain.
We're a fourth left of the book, so I'm like, come on.
Yeah, it's funny. Anyways, she mentions here that Dane knows how to speak it, that they used to use it as like a secret code when they were kids, which totally sounds like something I would have done.
That made me wonder if he could help. Could he help translate it?
Right?
Or will he happen to glance at it and help?
She's not so much for like, I'm going to try again, and then she did it and did it wrong, and then what? What's going on now?
I know like a lot of other things are happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening.
But I'm so annoyed.
We can't expect her to be able to do everything. And they are like just back to school, which we had this conversation. I don't need to bring it up again. They should be doing a little bit more military academy type stuff and a little bit less whatever, but that's fine.
I mean, it is a military academy already.
I know it is, but I mean...
More of a Venom academy.
Yes. I don't know. Priorities, people, priorities. Okay, so she also realizes, or is telling him she realized, that he put runes in her daggers. So this is, like, kind of interesting. Besides the fact that she's ogling? Ogling him? Oogling? Gosh, I don't even know that word. See, it has nothing to do with just the fantasy words. These are words I don't say every day that I only read.
Yeah.
And no one else says them to me.
Yeah, no one's saying, like, stop oogling me.
I don't think it's oogle.
Ogle?
Should we care?
No.
Okay. Obviously. So, yeah, so she's basically, like, losing her train of thought because he is wearing nothing wrapped in towel. And listen, girl, we understand. We would all lose our train of thought at that point.
Yep.
And he's also like, keep looking at me like that and you're not going to make it to class. And she mentions in her head to us, to the reader, that Brennan says if she misses class once because of their sleeping arrangements, he's putting her back in the
she's put with Reams.
So she's like, not gonna happen.
Not worth it.
Also, they're not going to do that. Even if they're late. She'll just go back, sneak into Zayden's room. What does Brennan think? He's got any kind of control over them.
He's trying.
So she points out that he put an unlocking rune into her dagger.
Yes. And she just says this to him. I mean, she says, didn't you? But we never got when she realized this. So anyways, I know last episode I was like, put it together what the daggers were and stuff. But I guess she did figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, it looks like it was pretty fast, yeah. And she's like, that's how we got out of the room. And he says it's a variation. She's like, well, basically, what do you mean about that? And he explains, which I thought was so interesting. He says, You can do the locking rune. It's simple, but I added an element of need into the rune. So it wouldn't just unlock any door that was locked. You had
you
to
could only use it
need
once.
to use it.
I think part of it,
He didn't say that.
assuming that maybe she could have a limited amount of uses,
Yeah.
whether they were 1 or 5, that probably is helpful so she doesn't just accidentally walk past random doors and
And they're
use
just
it
like
all up.
opening all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, but he also said, and I wonder if this was what he was trying to do when he gave her, maybe this is what he's saying, what he was trying to do when he gave her the need for. He says, if you'd made it to the forge at Basgiath, it would have opened to your need, right?
Yeah, but what? For
Why
her
would
to
she?
do what? For her to
I
just
don't know.
look at them?
She was dying to look there.
I
Is
know.
that a need?
Well, yeah.
Not like the fact that they were like literally trying to save her life.
It didn't say need of anything specific. It could just be the
Yeah.
need of information.
Yeah.
But I was like, but then what? I mean, like, what would she do when she got in? We don't know because she never did. But
Well, what if there was somehow a venom attack and she had to get into the forge to get?
that's a great point.
That need would definitely make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how she would know where the forge is because he never got her.
No,
to
he got
it.
her really close.
Close,
So,
but
close
not
enough
there.
that it might have worked.
Maybe.
You might have been able to figure it out.
Possibly. Yeah. So she's like over here. He's basically asking her, is she adventurous and asking questions? And she's a little worried about questions. Throughout here, she kind of gets worried about. She doesn't want to like rock the boat. Things are going well, right?
Yeah.
Which isn't.
She must regret the second the cat fight happens.
I guess I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that's what this is building up to. Maybe is like trying to justify why Xaden hasn't told her anything. We're like, remember, she has to ask the questions, but she doesn't want to. So it's not Xaden's fault that he's withholding this entire story about Kat.
Right. How?
I
I mean,
don't
he
know.
already said we went into an alliance. How hard would it have been for him to say we got engaged? And
I assumed
thought
that.
she
I
knew
literally,
that.
I said it in the other episode. I said, "Oh, I guess that they were."
Sorry,
engaged.
guys. We're jumping to the last chapter of this episode. I mean, no, I know when she was like engaged, I was like, wait,
It's like, didn't we
Didn't
already?
we-
What did you think it meant?
what kind of alliance were you talking about that they were gonna like? I don't know.
It was promised to marry. So doesn't that mean you're engaged if you're promised to marry? That's the whole thing.
no, I don't think the word promise to marry was said. Was it?
Well, I think the word marry was said, or marriage.
Oh, maybe
She said
we
like,
said that. I think he just said an
No.
alliance.
okay, we found it. And Violet doesn't say marriage, and Xaden doesn't say marriage, but there's what else could they possibly be talking about?
Right. He says an alliance my father made that I officially denied last year. She says, would that alliance have anything to do with Kat? What else is she asking?
And then he says yes, and then she says that information would have been valuable before arriving.
Right. That's
And then-
obviously an engagement.
Yeah, but then she even says here, though, I'm the reason he called off whatever alliance they had.
What other
What other
alliance would
alliance
you
would they
have?
have?
With the yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So I guess it was a surprise to her.
Maybe she thought they were never actually engaged. Maybe she thought like an alliance was
But she knew they
given,
were
but it-
dating because she knew they had like slept together and stuff. That she was one of Xaden's
Yeah.
exes.
that's true. Yeah, it does seem dumb. So whatever.
Yeah.
Again, we're not
It's
even
fine.
there in the chapters.
Let's get back to this chapter.
Okay. So we are still in Xaden's room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She then asks for her next question, what's the rune on the stone you keep by the bed? And then he says that it's like very complicated. The only person who knows how to do it, who knew how to do it, was Colonel Mari, which is Liam and
Mom.
Sloane's mother.
Yeah.
And no one else knows how to do it. Now, this is very interesting. I'm going to tell you something. This is my 4th time reading this book. This explanation of what happened here, for the first time, fully clicked in my head. So I
Oh.
hope you got it
I think
on
I
your
did.
first read.
I think I did.
I literally went on a Fourth Wing Facebook group to say, my 4th read, and I'm finally understanding exactly what happened here.
And how they got the marks and how the marks saved them and how the marks were part of this
and
thing.
I thought all along maybe Coda was some sort of, maybe he's like secretly on the rebellion side and helped him up. No, this was an accident.
Well, I assumed that's what you thought based on every conversation we've had before this point. So I did truly wonder, were you just really well masking this truth?
No, I did not understand that the ruin itself. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is basically what happened. First of all, he says that there are 107 stones,
Mhm.
right?
And instantly, good, one for each of the marked ones.
Yep.
But
wait,
how
wasn't there
about the
one?
ones that were both?
There was only one, I think, that was in
Was her mom
utero.
holding it? Maybe that's one part of the 107.
Maybe the mom was holding it for the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways. And then he says what it was is a protection rune. So all you people out there that were like me and didn't get this, I'm going to explain this to you. It's very fascinating. It was a protection rune. It was intended to use once. Basically, they set it so that like they maybe put like a hair or something.
It says hair. Things like strands of hair. Well, it says things like strands of hair.
Yeah, could get put in this rune and it would protect the offspring of that person. So let's say mom puts the hair in like Colonel Mari goes around and says it can be your hair. She's not taking the kid's hair. She's taking
that makes sense how the baby works again. Because I was like, wait a second, now I am confused.
And he's the only offspring for his dad, so that would be just him, I guess. But everyone had a stone, so it doesn't matter. So. And it obviously was connected to the person, the mother or father, right? Through whatever cell, hair, skin cell, fingernail, who knows what was used, right?
Yeah.
And then it basically worked so every single child of one of the officers before they went off in the big battle of Risha was told to carry them with all times, and they all carried them even to the execution. It says it was designed to counter the signet of the rider whose dragon would kill them. So the rider is Melgren, the dragon is Coda. Coda executed by dragonfire all of their parents. So it says it could only activate when killed by dragonfire, which is very interesting. Why couldn't they just have killed period?
I guess that the marked one's parents, they knew that, or I don't know, maybe the whole community, the whole continent or whatever knows that executions are always done by dragonfire.
Because she says that is the primary method of execution for traitors, so they figured that's how it's going to be done.
Yeah, and they would want to make a show of it. Like, when a country catches the traitors, generally in fantasy, I don't know about in real life, but they want to make it very obvious to everyone. Like, they want to make
this
a
is what's going to happen to you if you're a traitor.
And also to, like, we're keeping you safe. Watch us keep you safe.
Yeah.
So
here, Exhibit A, the parent, is killed by dragonfire.
Which activates
from their hair because this connection is through those cells or whatever. Okay, so that rune that the person is holding that is connected
then
is activated up the arm, the arm that he was holding that rune in.
Yes.
Up the arm, that relic popped up, whatever you want to say, swirly swirl. And it says it countered the signet of the rider. So that is why Melgren, who can see everything, cannot see the people who have the relics.
Yes. Which I guess maybe the parents were even... I'm guessing that Liam's mom is the smartest person who's existed.
She seems like it.
Because not only could she create this rune, she was like playing 4D chess, like figuring out all of the things that could happen. Because that would be the best signet to counter. So she must have really assumed it'll be his dragon. He's the whatever leader of the army.
Yeah, because what if it was Violet's mom? It's like, oh, good. So now a storm won't hit you?
As they're walking, it just ranges around them. An umbrella.
Yeah, it is
only a magical storm. Regular rain still gets them.
Yeah, that is really funny. Okay, so all those people out there who've read this book before and are just going, gosh.
So that means, sorry, I know I'm cutting you off, but that means that what everyone says, which is that, that his dragon gave them the marks, isn't even true.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't even breathe fire in their direction.
No, I assumed all this time.
How does leadership think this worked?
I assumed all this time, and again, I've read this. So I assumed all this time, like I kept thinking, like somehow he marked them so they would know they're the kids of the traitors. That's what I thought. And that somehow through that mark, it made this hard for Melgren to work. And I just thought it had some connection because the dragon marked him, or maybe Koda really is good. You know what I mean? Like I just had this weird, I couldn't quite figure it out, even though it literally says it right here.
Yes.
Right here, guys.
So, because it's in the second they were burned, heat raced up my arm. So like, right as each parent died, this mark went on to all of them.
All the kids.
Yeah.
What is everybody thinking? What is leadership thinking?
It's very good. It's a very good question because
Melgren figures out pretty fast.
Knows that his dragon didn't do that because he could ask his dragon, "Did you do that?" And the dragon says, "No." So maybe he lied. Like maybe he was worried that people. I don't know. Maybe he was like, "Yeah, no, that was me. It's to mark them so we can all spot them." And he just lied to like save face because he didn't understand what was happening or he was worried.
No, I think that they just.
But he must know about the three because he tells them not to gather in groups.
Yeah, so he 100% knows he can't
Yeah.
see them. No, that's not. And I
obviously
think
you
the
would know.
leadership knows that too. And they must have figured out that something was done. They must have just figured out that something was done to
And
make
they
that
can't-
happen.
they
They
can't
could have
undo
even
it.
asked, "What are you going to say? I held a relic that we were ordered to hold." You can't. I don't know.
Yeah. And maybe I wonder if they considered killing them, or maybe they were originally going to kill them, but when that happened, they were like, okay, there's magic in play that we don't know about. We don't know how this could backfire on us. We don't want to do it.
I mean, I honestly, maybe that's exactly why the conversation happened with General Sorengale
Yeah.
and Zayden when
Yeah.
he pledged his life. Because I think he said something like the choice was either die or go in the Writer's Quadrant, basically.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the problem. Maybe they were like, listen, now you guys have something that we don't know how to handle. And he's like, listen, we'll prove our loyalty. You know, let me do this.
Yeah.
And also, is this 3-person thing actually true? Or is it just that, like, in a large
They
group?
can't see any of them.
Because in this, it just says it would counter. It should be countered for every individual.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 just maybe with one person, there's still enough sight around to be able to see what's happening. But
that's
with
why they
3,
surround.
it covers too much. Yeah.
Like when there's a group of them, then anyone they're around, like when Violet's with them, now Violet's covered.
Yeah, maybe.
But if it's just Violet and Zayden, just the 2 of them together, maybe Violet isn't covered.
Or maybe not enough, or maybe there's enough of a reverberation of whatever the actions are that he can still figure it out.
Yeah. We'd still have to know how his power works to even, like...
Yeah, and we don't know, so...
But yes,
anyways,
so interesting.
Very fascinating, and I was so excited to finally understand this.
This was
oh
so
my
cool.
Goodness. Yeah. So that's cool. So she is... Yeah, she's like surprised. She's like, wow, you know, like she figures out the rebellion relic was obviously what was burning his arm. And then he says, our parents knew they'd die one way or the other. And the last thing they did was make sure we were protected. And then he like keeps the rune for just sentimental reasons, which makes sense. I would too.
Yeah, it saved your life.
Yeah.
In a way.
He asks if there's any other questions. And she's sort of like, yeah. She's thinking like she kind of wanted to ask about what her mom said about the bargain with her. But then she's like worried that, you know, it's funny. Like she's like worried that he'll say something that might kind of mess up their, you know, sort of nice relationship right now. But she also says she doesn't know why she's worried about it. Because she's a little bit like, I shouldn't need to know anything else. I know that he fell in love with me the first night he kissed me or whatever.
Yeah, because she's basically like, she doesn't want to hear him say... I'm guessing she doesn't want to hear him say, like, yeah, all of the beginning protection stuff, all of, like, the initial contact that we had where I was helping you.
Was just your mother.
I still hated you that entire time and actively wanted to kill you. Like, I guess she just doesn't want to hear him say that. And she's like, it doesn't matter because in the end...
He loves me right now.
Fall in love. Yeah. And it's fine. But maybe it's just, like, scary to have that conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. So then as she's, like, leaving, he kind of mentions something about Kat and she's sort of like... tell Bodhi to butt out of my life, and then he's a little disappointed that she won't talk to him about it, but come on, Zayden. And then he like mentions something about her rune being like not really having a directional cue.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just obviously we found out. It basically just enhances everything. It doesn't give her like a direction to hear anything. And she's like, don't, you know, whatever. I'll ask if I need your help, you know. And then she goes out and she's like, listens, and she's like, damn it, he's right.
Yeah, of course he is.
Of course he's right. He's Zayden.
Also, like, he actually knows runes and you're just learning them. You're so silly.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny to not want his help. How is that any different than asking the professor for help? But again, it's a pride thing. I think
she's just annoyed at him right then a little bit. So
yeah, she is. So now we're in a scene. We're now in their like fighting area, right?
Yeah.
The sparring gym. Apparently, it's much smaller than Bisgayeth's, which makes sense.
Yep.
And they're being told that like you guys suck on getting along, and honestly, we are not going to win this war if you don't get along. Basically. We're going to let you guys fight it out.
Yep.
Like, you know, handle your disagreements with a fight.
You have one fight one time.
Anyways, I'm kind of jumping. I'm like literally summarizing 2 pages into one. But that's
fine.
It's basically what it is. You know, she's thinking about how the fact that there was like a fight at the meal. There've been a fight every single day. Someone's always swinging punches. They mostly have been staying away from each other. It's just been like sort of only little bits of, you know, coming together here and there.
She also says like after this you guys are going to start having integrated classes.
Yeah.
So you're going to fight it out and then you're going to be pushed together even more.
Right. Emeterio says at this point, he says to choose carefully who you want to fight with. Like, you can only pick one person because tomorrow the writer or flyer you hold contempt for may be off limits. And then Violet's going, shit.
Oh, right.
There's only one reason why someone's going to be off limits. And she's like, they wouldn't do that. And then Devera says, challenges between squad mates are forbidden under the Codex, and tomorrow each squad of riders will absorb 1 drift of flyers.
And oh my gosh, I wonder who they could possibly be paired with.
Is it not like obvious?
Yeah, because they keep on saying they're the 2 strongest. They're the 2 strongest.
Which is dumb.
Right?
Is it dumb? Is
I
it
don't
dumb
know.
to stick together the 2 strongest and keep them all in one? Okay, so we haven't gotten to the point where they've made any announcements.
No, but I would say that it's like it depends on like your strategy, you know.
Obviously this is just for the drama of the book.
Yeah.
But they literally, this drift of flyers literally pick out every one of Violet's classmates
and
no one's
like, maybe we shouldn't put these 2 together.
These 2, this flyer, this drift and this squad obviously don't get along. Let's not do that.
Yeah, or they could be thinking the opposite. Oh, you guys don't want to get along?
Here you go.
Good luck.
Your guys' life are now in each other's hands.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how all books would be written. Yes. I'm not sure if life would be done the same.
Yeah, it really depends on how stubborn the professors are.
Yeah.
If they're like, you will bend to our will no matter what. Or if they're like, you know what, for everyone's sake, maybe we should just separate these people.
I think that's where I would go, but that's okay.
I mean, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But they do point out this is not you're not partnering. You are absorbing. You guys are becoming the same unit, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
It is very interesting. I mean, it does make sense because they are in Navarre. Arisha is in Navarre. But, like, they're like, all of whatever rules and stuff that you guys have, forget them. We're doing the Codex and we're doing squads.
I know.
I'm like, well, I can see why they're a little upset, maybe. But at the same time,
true.
like, you are, I mean, in a way, you guys are guests.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because of the luminary and whatever, but still, you are being let in and being taught and being fed and being housed by us.
Right.
So it does make sense, but I can see how that could cause resentment.
Yeah, for sure. They are being forced to both. First of all, it's brought up here that like these guys for centuries have been fighting each other and consider each other enemies. That is a hard thing to change.
Yeah.
So, you know, kudos to those people who aren't constantly antagonistic to other people, like Marin, is that her name?
Yeah.
She like seems to kind of, yeah. I love this part here where it's saying like, you know, okay, so we're doing these challenges, so we're gonna basically do a sparring match that ends with one of you is unconscious or taps out, and then Arik says, or dies, and then the flyers all gasp. Violet thinks to herself, they wouldn't last a day in Bisgayeth.
No, they would not.
Just funny. And then Emeterio's like, without killing your opponent.
It's like, actually, it's not to the death.
We're not doing that. And I like the idea that they are trying to be like, we're going to come away from the people just die all the time and it's okay thing.
Yeah, well, they are short on writing.
Yeah, like we kind of need you guys alive.
I doubt Bisgayeth is doing the same thing because they're so structured in their old ways, but they also lost half their people. If they were smart, they would also be like, let's do less challenges to the death, maybe.
Yeah, like stop killing. Like, I mean, how hard is it to put a rule that
years.
Don't kill the other cadets, period. If they're going to die, let them die from things like the gauntlet,
there's enough
the dragons. Yeah, like not from some random cadet walking down the hallway and being like, you know what, you annoy me today, I'm going to break your neck.
I mean, it does teach them to always be vigilant, which is good when you're in war.
But it doesn't teach you when you're in a war to want to go and protect the back of that person who broke the neck of your friend. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Doesn't teach camaraderie at all.
Oh, I am guessing squads do tend to go
together, but what about, I get it. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Doesn't
matter.
I
mean, they should be killing less. They should.
I'm just not all into this killing stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So they're like ready for requests. And like lines are forming and it's mostly people wearing brown, which is the flyers. That's another thing. Who's going to absorb who in regards to, are they going to change uniforms? No, they probably won't.
I guess we'll see. I don't know.
Well, I mean, because you are flying a different animal.
Yeah, I don't think people are going to be like, oh, which one's that? The flyer or the rider? It's like, well, you're on a griffin. You can wear brown. It does make more sense to wear brown on a griffin generally too.
Yeah.
Because you blend in a bit more. Because griffins aren't all different colors like dragons. They're all
griffin
colored.
Griffin colored. Which I think
is
brown.
A few animals.
Brown, I think it's versions of brown and white, like tan and.
They did say there's some different coloring in them because
I think there's different coloring, but I don't. But they're
all
not
like
blue and red and green.
Regular animal
colors. Yeah,
like gray, brown.
Yeah. I think there was like some white colored feathers and browns and tans and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So Rhiannon orders her squad, says we stick together. So basically we're traveling mat to mat with whatever challenges. Mm-hmm. So they all It says here all 11 of us agree. So
Yeah.
I must have 11.
Yeah. Oh, we were kind of talking last episode, which I know we heard it a while ago, about how many first years there were. Because I was like, oh, there's these 2 that are named, and then maybe 3 others, and then you were like, no, I think there's 5 others. Anyways, so we got a total here. There's totally 11 in their thing. They're not all first years, but that means a lot of them are, because aren't there only 4?
I believe there is just Rhiannon herself, Sawyer, and Riddick.
And then Imogen
is second
her
year.
year.
And then Imogen Quinn is third year. I don't think there's any other third years because the other guys are graduated now. So that's 6. So that's the 5. That's the 5.
So there's 5 first years. There you go.
Peppers.
We figured it out.
Cool. And one of them is Vizia, and the other one is Arik, and that's all I know.
No, there's one more that we learned the name right after.
But that's all I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one other that we definitely know the name of, and I don't remember if we said the other 2.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Hold on, Sloane.
Oh, and there's also Sloane, and then there's that other guy.
Yeah, so we only don't know the name of
There's
maybe
just
one.
one random person that has not made any impression whatsoever on anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we just forgot them.
I mean, we know more of the flyers than we do of... Okay, so this is where we find out, like, I'm going to say Traeger, okay? It's only 1G. Traeger challenges Rhiannon, but of course she takes him out in 5 minutes. Come on, Traeger. Are you done being, walloped by her? And then there's a third-year leader from Cat's Drift that takes out, his name is Bragan, takes out Quinn and actually does knock her unconscious. Now, third year. So, that's right, because they have to do it their own year. So that means the Flyers drifts that had first year, second year, third year is just like the squad. So they were still kind of following each other and how they were doing things.
Part of Promil used to be Devar. So there is probably some cultural integration.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's just interesting.
But yes, that is.
And then Imogen's called to the mat by Neve, which is a third year in Cat's Drift. And then she's like sensing a pattern at this point, like, okay. And then she decides it's about her.
Yeah.
Is it about her or is it about her squad? I guess she's thinking again, like, they're blaming me for losing, what's her name?
I think she's saying...
So they're like just going for my squad, my people.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that there's definitely been tension between these 2 squads on individual riders and flyers already.
Mm-hmm.
So it could just be they don't like her whole squad, or it could all be about her. Who knows?
Yeah, I can see her point. At first I was just like, can you really automatically jump to being about you or just your squad in general? Because the squad, I don't know. Anyways.
Well, I'm sure that Kat's talking mad shit about her and her squad. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then we get Catriona, Cordella, and Violet Sorengale. By the way, there was a conversation in our Discord that, and I meant to go look it up, but someone said that it said earlier that Serena and Kat are sisters, not cousins. And I still haven't. Yeah. And I was like, wait, I've been thinking, I thought they were sisters, but I kept like not remembering it. I didn't want to say anything to you. But then someone else said, no, I'm pretty sure they've said they're sisters. So now I'm confused. Are they sisters or cousins? Should I look it up in the wiki?
The internet would be helpful for that one. There's a line somewhere that I did actually take note of.
Well,
when I said he's Kat's brother.
Yeah. It's just the next blurb is a Drake Cordella, and we're like, okay,
that's the same last name.
We also know Serena is Cordella.
Serena's last name, yeah, exactly.
Because when she meets Mira,
and she said that she has I thought that Serena said that she had a brother.
No, she said she had a cousin.
Oh, well then, see.
But I think this is the cousin, Drake. I don't think she was talking about Kat.
If Serena said that Drake was her cousin,
yeah,
then Drake and Kat are siblings, or are they all cousins with the same
Why
name?
are you getting the Drake? Yeah, they're all cousins with the same name, maybe?
I'm just trying to figure out how they all have the same name.
Okay, well,
if they're all cousins, or
you can have the same last name as cousins if the male.
Yeah, if they're all uncles.
Yeah, uncles.
Yes, that's true.
All right, so per AI, which we know is always right, it says Serena is the older sister and Kat is obviously the younger sister.
And Drake is their cousin.
Well, I didn't look that part up because
the thing that we said about sisters is when Kat and Violet stand at formation every morning and they look at each other when Serena and Mira's names
that's right.
don't come, and she talks about how they're both just younger sisters.
Yeah. Okay. So we know they're sisters, not cousins. Serena and Kat are sisters.
Yeah. But I haven't looked, but I still swear when we first meet Kat, that Serena says that cousin is mentioned when we first meet Kat.
Yeah, that's in Fourth Wing. We'd have to go back and look at that, which is not hard to do, but I don't have my book
not.
here. Yeah, when they first meet them is the end of Fourth Wing, when they're...
Kat's not there. When we first meet Kat, not when we first meet Serena.
Oh.
When we first meet Kat is in this book. Here it is. The younger woman walking on Serena's right is dressed in a paler shade of brown than the others. She looks to be my age and shares enough of Serena's features that they could be related, cousins maybe, or even sisters. So it just said cousin first, and I just was like, cool, they're cousins, and that's it.
Okay, good. So that's an Iron Flame. That's like page 259. Well, anyway, so I just kept saying cousins and thinking, wait, I think they're sisters, but has it not been said yet? And then I didn't want to say anything to you because I wasn't sure if I was like, I couldn't remember where it said.
Get said because that formation it got said. And I just didn't.
And then just
think
not
about
didn't
it.
connect. So they're sisters. Okay, good. And so back to this. They're being challenged. Kat is now being called out. We get her last name here. And Marin like kind of jumps in here and is like, to Kat and tells her not to do this.
Right.
So
because she's about to call out Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which it is a dumb idea to do. Because do we know, like, it's like Kat doesn't know Xaden at all. Like, if you have any chance... I know, she doesn't. She clearly knows nothing about Xaden.
She got one version of Xaden.
Yeah.
Which was cold and calculating because he did not love her.
Yep. And that's how he is.
She just thinks that's him.
Yeah. But I'm like, even like if you killed Violet, I don't think there's anything you could do that would make Xaden get back together. Like, that's it.
No.
You would have less of a chance than you do right now.
You would be dead.
Yeah.
No.
100%. That too. But like I said, you'd have less of a chance than you do. Like, with Violet alive, you have more of a chance of being back with Xaden than you would if you killed him.
Yeah, but I think here her plan isn't to kill her. Her plan is to mess with her mind so much that she does something stupid.
She kills her?
I know, right?
What is her plan?
What is her plan?
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
Oh
my goodness. I feel like we're all over the place on this chapter. It's crazy. So, anyways, they are going to fight? Question mark? What do they do? They're really just hissing and spitting at each other. I mean, they are fighting.
Yeah.
It's so funny how Rhiannon's like, you've got this. You were trained by the best. And then Violet whispers, Xaden. And Rhiannon goes, me.
I know. And like later when they're fighting.
Thankful that she got trained by both of them,
when they're
right?
fighting, I kept on being like, use one of Rhiannon's moves.
I'm so glad you thought that because I didn't remember what happened. And I was like, this would be the time to switch fighting tactics.
Yes, you were trained by other people.
And it did help.
Yeah.
Right before she starts to fight, and Darna's like, scratch your eyes out. Really, the eyes are the softest tissue. Just jab your thumbs in there. And then Taryn says, and Darna, use some common sense. The kneecaps are a much easier target. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, guys.
They're so great.
Funny. Do they see everything or do they just feel it? Like, what happens?
That if I imagine if they focus, they can just look right through her eyes.
I think so too. It's crazy.
Because like we talk about mind readers versus memory readers or whatever, they're like,
and they're not even mind readers.
No,
they're in her mind. So they just need to see her pictures.
So it feels like they have all of her active thoughts and potentially all of the thoughts she's ever had. They could access.
Which brings us to the question that also came up on our Discord is how the heck, right? And we're not going to get into this here really, but the question was about how did Taryn know that people were in the first book when she was being attacked by all those first years that didn't have dragons? How did Taryn know she was being attacked enough to yell at her mind to wake up? Because her eyes were closed. She was sleeping. How could he have seen her surroundings? We never really came up with a complete answer on that, but it does make you wonder.
In Darna's time magic, ? Xaden put alert me wards?
Yeah, we had so many options of how he could.
Or the dragon,
or can he actually concentrate and see in her surroundings? Anyways,
I think that they said that that's not possible. I think in the book they talked about when they're asleep, something about them being asleep. But I don't know. Maybe that was. Maybe I'm thinking when they just talked about the mind fucking drink that they take.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but anyways, it just does bring me to like wondering how much do they see, you know? But because when she's like fighting earlier, he's saying things like, stop, go on the offensive, stop being the defensive or whatever it was. So he's in her mind, but it does make you wonder how many images he can get from her mind,
I just assume all of them.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Anyways, they are ordered no weapons and no signets, which, Kat violates immediately.
Yeah.
Kat attacks saying this is for Luella, right? Mm-hmm. And then as she's like attacking, she's like, Violet's watching all this and like knowing exactly what's going to happen. And she's like, wait a second. Holy shit. She fights just like Xaden. And then she comes to this realization he trained both of us.
Yeah, and I was like, well, this might be a good thing then, kinda. But no, I mean, it kind of just puts them in a stalemate a bit.
Yeah, it does.
But, I mean, at least she is prepared for it. Like she says, she knows what to do to counter, like, every move.
Yeah, she does seem to be doing good. They're not getting anywhere, at least.
But they're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. So now we're in chapter 47. Blurb on the top says, and this is interesting because this is where we now are first getting these different levels of Venom, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says, defeating a dark wielder begins with knowing where they rank in age and experience. Initiates have reddish rings to their eyes that come and go depending on how often they drain. So obviously they are the people that are least recognizable because all they have is reddish goes in and out of their eyes, right?
Uh-huh.
ASIM's eyes fluctuate in degrees of red, so they must have some red all the times. Then it says, and their veins distend when riled, so they're not fully descended veins, right? And then sages, which are those responsible for initiates. Oh, fascinating. Hold on, I gotta stop there. Those responsible. Remember how we were saying before, like, are they actually teachers or not? Like, who knows? But they're responsible for the initiates. Okay, fair enough.
So kinda.
Kinda, yeah. Eyes
but
are...
it also doesn't seem like this is something that's, I don't know, like, are you taught? Or it's like once you do it once, it's like a weird obsession. Like, are you being taught? But I guess they're taught how to fight? Or is that part of their
what?
power? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
What
are
are we
just
teaching?
responsible for them? Responsible for getting them to get worse? I mean, to keep on...
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. So the sage's eyes are permanently red. Their veins perpetually distended towards their temples, expanding with age. So then you can see, obviously, I guess, how old they are. Then it says mavens, their generals, have never been captured for examination. So it sounds like they've captured all these kinds already, and they already know enough about these guys because they've captured, but they've never captured a maven.
Yeah. So I think I read this too fast the first time.
Okay.
Because I was interested in the fight. But I didn't realize that the reddish rings come and go. I just thought it was initiates have reddish rings around their eyes.
No, they could definitely not be seen.
So that's crazy.
She has this look on her face she's like,
well, I mean, it doesn't make
thoughts.
sense, but I'm still trying to figure out about like Liam wielding ice, but we don't see Venom having like signets. They just, well, I don't know what they do. They just have power.
Are you trying
no,
to say
listen,
that
obviously Liam would never do that. Ever. But in a really desperate situation, if he knew how to.
Yeah. You never know what someone's going to do.
Also, it's like once you see, like, isn't the way that they draw power is always like sucking from the ground? I don't know. We don't know enough
We
about
haven't gotten enough. I actually do know a lot more than I'm saying.
But I
have finished this book and read this next one. However,
I'm just saying, like, we don't know.
You don't know right now
they
any
wield.
of this stuff.
Could they wield without sucking from the ground? Can they do anything? Do they have something akin to signets? I'm just trying to figure out how Liam was wielding a different thing than his signet. And if the reddish rings would come and go depending on how often they drain, and if just like knowing runes or whatever, if these kids were taught like in a very dire situation, you could technically do this, but don't.
Yeah. These are all fascinating questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, good. So anyways, yeah, that is a very fascinating blurb. It does tell you more about Venom than we've had information on before.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So a few more of these and I'll figure this out.
Okay, she's getting it. All right, so we are in the middle of a fight.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And what we're actually getting is Kat is just taking this opportunity to rile up Violet. She just like literally, how do these guys fight and talk so much? Do you ever notice that like everyone who fights Violet wants to have a conversation with her?
Violet's just so interesting or really boring to fight.
Yeah, it's like this is like the opportunity to talk to Violet because she doesn't talk otherwise. Like what happens?
I don't know.
Anyways,
it's like let's info dump, but make it exciting. So every info dump comes with a fight.
With a fight. That's really what's happening. So Kat has also come to the same conclusion that they have both been taught by Xaden, and she says to Violet, "Does it bother you knowing he taught me first, that I had him first?" And then Violet's like, "Not at all," as she's swallowing sour jealousy. Now, in the minute I read that, I'm like, Kat, did you pick that up or not?
No, you'll see where I pick it up. I think it's just still on the same page, though.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So then Kat's like, the thought that I know what he tastes like, how his weight feels above me. And then Violet's like, I will not vomit on this mat. I refuse.
Yeah, because here's it. This is
Yeah,
where
so
it
then
is.
she says, but shit if that picture doesn't play out in my mind as vividly as a nightmare.
Right. So I was like, so she's using mind work.
Which is signet.
Violet, this
which is
has
a
happened
violation.
too many times for you to not recognize it at this point.
It's only happened twice. This is her second time.
I know, but like after the first time she drank that drink and got like poisoned by it, the second time I was like,
why are you drinking a drink?
you should just not drink any drinks. I guess it was like Nolan and you trust him or whatever, but don't.
That was the third time, actually.
You're right. The second time she didn't drink it. So I guess.
Oh, she spotted it and she catched it. Yeah.
I guess it was the third
She did learn from that. Yeah, no, for sure. Again, I think with mind, it's so much hard to tell that someone's in your mind when you have already a kernel of something there. Do you know what I mean?
Varsh said that she has the best like shields like in her year, and yet Kat always gets in. So whatever this is clearly
in her head.
Very different than whatever Violet is used to. She cannot seem to shield against it no matter what.
No, it's so fascinating too because she literally just shielded out Taryn and Darna.
Yes.
Or she muted them, she says, but still, you know?
Still.
And Kat's right in her head. So whatever pathway Kat can find, it's a pathway that she has provided.
Your emotions.
Yeah.
Instead of your mind. Like you'd have to have no emotion or something.
Yeah. So anyways.
It's hard for her to do it with Zayden. Maybe that's why Zayden was always also
in there
so cold and like so numb around her. If that's how he was blocking her power.
Can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine if she tried to find love and enhance it? And she's like, I can't find. And that's why because she has this whole conversation like, there's no way. Yeah. There's no way he could love anybody or whatever it was.
Yep.
Because there wasn't an ounce of love. Zayden.
Well, she sucks.
Yeah, but he was screwing her.
Well, he was forced to.
How about that? That's true. All right, she is very beautiful. Maybe he figured whatever. Okay. So, so they're fighting and Kat is still pushing these little buttons and saying things like, you know, does it bother you that it keeps you awake knowing that I'm the better match? And that he's just waiting. I'm just waiting until he tires of you and then he'll come back to me kind of stuff, right?
Yuck. That's literally never going to happen.
Yeah. And then Violet accuses her of fighting over a man, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. But in the middle of this, we'll get back to that. Someone asks someone, are you going to do something about this? And the answer was she wouldn't want me to. And I like that you highlighted this because I was wondering if you picked this up, right?
I was like, Zayden? And then I was like, other options in case he's not back yet because he wasn't. Didn't he like just leave the same day or was this
No,
we
don't know. There's a time jump between.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I think I highlighted that there was a time jump.
Yeah.
I thought this was the same day as earlier with the rune conversation. No. So at first I was like, it's Zayden. Then I was like, okay, if it's not Zayden, maybe it's Bodhi.
Bodhi. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too when I read it first.
Yeah.
But and even this, you don't really get that. We know that Zayden is there eventually, but I still assume this was Zayden.
Yes.
I think after
because she said he said that he's heard everything. The whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Good. So so she said this thing about fighting over a man, right?
Yeah.
Kat is still, pushing these little things. She says this thing about like that little trick he does with his fingers. I'm the one who taught him that, And she
bitch.
she I want to know what he does. Still joking. Did we learn this already? And then she freaks out, like literally through rage, like punches her in the ribs. Twice, cracks her ribs, throws her, I think, then punches her in the face. Like she goes into full rage mode. Violet does here.
So again, it's like, what are you trying to make?
And then she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It is not my fault that he doesn't love you, which is like obvious.
Yes.
And then Kat says, of course he doesn't. He's not capable of loving anyone. This is what I think I just figured out. She tried to find that little kernel of love
to enhance it,
and there wasn't anything there.
There's none. Yeah, but I wonder is it because before Violet, Zayden had no love in him at all? But like he at least loved Garrick in a way he would love a brother, and he loved Liam. So could she not find any love for her? Could she not find any love at all?
What is she going to do with love for Garrick?
Well, nothing. But I'm just saying he says he.
Oh yeah, I don't think she looked for it. I don't think she's too selfish.
He's not capable of loving anyone. I just wonder if he knew how to shield her out by like not normal shields, but just like complete numbness of emotion to not let her manipulate him.
I mean, that would be very fascinating, and it would be very fascinating to see if Violet could do the same thing. I think Violet's she had many years of cutting, like shutting down his emotions because
he had
happened.
to.
Yeah.
He had to.
I don't know if she can quite do it.
No, she's a bit hot-headed.
She is. And also,
and we love that.
Yes, in very good ways.
Yes.
She has such a great capacity for love and for caring and for whatever that I think
the power the Dark Lord knows not. Second Harry Potter reference. We've knocked out the episode.
No more. Okay. So, yeah, so she's saying like I'm not looking for his love. And then she says, wait, let's go down
Look
farther.
where we are, Ryerson House.
Yeah.
And basically saying, yeah, I'm not fighting over a man's affection. I'm going to war with you over a crown.
Right.
You're dumb.
Well, let's get back to that because there's also you also made a point here where I think this is where you started probably thinking about Rhiannon, right? Because she says like Violet's like trying to think, what do I do? She knows all my moves, at least the ones Xaden taught me. Mm-hmm. And you highlighted that. Yeah. So is that you going like,
yes.
Yeah,
use Reese.
Yeah. Okay, so she's in a position right now where basically Kat's got her sort of, I don't know, in a chokehold, in some sort of position where she can't move, and while she's just spewing this disgusting stuff, vitriol into her ears. And then she says something, I'm going to war with you for a crown. So what does she mean?
She thinks that Xaden is going to be
king?
Well, maybe it's a small crown. The crown of a...
It must be. Yeah, what? Someone please explain this to me.
I mean, maybe she does think in the long term they're gonna completely overrun the rest of Navarre, and then who is the highest royalty?
Okay.
Xaden is the highest royalty of Arisha, right?
For sure.
So...
And we did already figure out that it was a dukedom. Dukedom, is that how you call it?
I've never heard that word, so I don't know.
Nope, a duchy.
Okay.
No? Right, guys? Come on, guys. Hello?
I know what a duke and a duchess
really should
are.
Start having, like Discord in on our recording so they could
live.
Jump in live. They can jump in and tell us these things.
Not a bad idea.
So I'm pretty sure we figured out already that this would make him, if he was like the head of it, if it was a real thing that was actually accepted by Navarre, would be like, he would be a duke then. But that's still not a crown.
No.
The Duchess is not a crown. So yeah, it must be her thinking like, okay, she could become queen if, her older sister dies and Takaris dies and the queen dies. That takes a little bit for Romeo. So maybe she's thinking the fastest way to get a crown is get with Xaden and take Navarre down and he becomes king?
I guess.
There's gotta be.
Xaden would want to become king.
What else is she thinking?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I mean, maybe it was just like great way to say it. Like we're fighting for a crown when it's like, okay, we're fighting for like a small little kingdom.
Maybe. And she's like, she's here. She's basically fighting for power.
Yes.
She wants power. She doesn't care about the
Which
man.
makes it even worse.
100% worse.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, you were already a bitch when we thought you were just like in love with him, but now you don't even care about him. So what?
Selfish?
Yeah. You would be a terrible
power hungry
queen or duchess. Honestly, you'd be a terrible anything. You're just a bad person.
Yes. Where do we go from here with this? Like, she's gotten at the worst at this point.
She can't get much worse than this.
No.
Until she starts like killing puppies or something. I don't know.
Yes.
But she does say engaged here. That's where she says.
This is where she says that was the reason we were engaged. It was promised to me. I'm not going to give it to a damn Sorengale who chose to drop the flyer instead of her squad mate.
Like, I can never get over how dumb she is for this. Like, I can't tell if she just wants any reason to hate Violet or if she truly thinks that this made Violet a bad person.
No, she just hated Violet already, so she's only seeing it through the film of hate.
Yeah, and I mean, Luella was one of her squad mates or whatever they're called because they were paired with Kat's whole...
Yeah, the drift.
Yeah. But, like, bro. You would have dropped Vizia so fast.
On purpose.
On purpose. In fact,
you would have kicked her off and grabbed the... Yeah, okay. So Violet thinks in her head, a crown? Engaged? And then she says, my chest aches because it all makes sense. Is it
Aristotic?
No. Aristocratic families in need of an alliance. And I'm nowhere near nobility. Yeah,
this thought is also like, I'm glad she kind of doesn't feel this way later, but I'm like, don't be sitting here like thinking because you're not a nobility, you're not worthy of Xaden. That doesn't even make sense. They didn't really care.
And Kat can feel her emotions because she literally says right here, gods, get some control of your emotions, would you? You're so fucking weak. It's pathetic.
So this kind of proves that
she can like sense them.
Because she's emotional that Kat can do this. Yeah. And that it's easy.
It's easy. She's like, man, your insecurities are so obvious. I can just take them and play them
Yeah.
like a, guitar or whatever. Like a stringed instrument.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is when, I think when she says that to
Yeah.
her, Violet's like, fuck her. Rhiannon trained me too. And then she starts like cracking cartilage. Like she just like, obviously, it almost sounds like Rhiannon fights more dirty than Xaden does or something. I don't know.
I think
By the way she attacked.
I think Xaden was like training her to kill constantly. Or Rhiannon wasn't training her to kill, just to hurt.
Yeah,
just
maybe.
to maim.
But she basically gets her off, and starts choking her.
Yeah.
And she is like beyond rage at this point.
Yeah,
she has no control. She even thinks, I'm going to kill her. How dare she come after me? Like I had a choice in Lua's fall. Like I have anything to do with Xaden's choice to leave her. Blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
She thinks he isn't a crown. He isn't a stepping stool for power. He isn't a tool to elevate her standing. He's everything. That's right, Violet.
That's right.
Don't forget that.
And that's why he loves you and not this bitch.
That is right. So she is basically killing Kat at this point. Someone's yelling at her.
And again, like, couldn't Kat chill?
No, because it says later here, right? Like, she would have rather died than
not died?
Hold on, we'll get to it. But of course, I don't know if that's really what Kat's thinking. But yeah, so people are yelling. Someone's telling Kat to tap out.
Yes.
And yelling, and she feels like the power in her veins and everything. And then she gets this voice in her head. I honestly don't care if you kill her, Violence.
Oh, it's here. She'd rather die than lose to me.
Okay. So he says to her, I honestly don't care if you kill her, Violence, but you will.
Yeah.
And she's like, it clears her just enough to feel that she is, like the pulse is actually going down. She is basically killing her. She can feel that, but she can't let go yet.
No.
Right? And then he says, I respect whatever choice you make. And that gets her thinking, wait, this is not my choice.
Yes, no, it's not.
This is the point where she realizes that Kat has cheated and is using mind work. It's taken all this time. Okay, Violet, that's okay. I get it.
I guess she was
emotions
too much
are
in a
emotions.
rage.
Yeah.
Think about it.
So she screams so loud that her throat burns. She screams, get out of my head. Now, at this point, why didn't everyone figure out what was happening? Because remember how, like, later, whatever. Anyways,
I don't know.
That's fine.
Maybe the room's really loud.
Maybe. And then she speaks to Xaden, says, I don't want to kill her. And he says, then don't. And then, like, just wraps around in her mind as the anger is starting to, like, ebb enough that she realizes, oh, wow, he's actually here.
Yeah.
It's been a week since I've seen him.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, right, there kind of was a time jump.
Yeah, there was.
I just kind of forgot about it.
Well, the page break was it was, like, literally just page break. There wasn't even, like, 2 weeks later, no, whatever, like, a week later.
I don't know, maybe it did say that.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I was confused a little bit,
No, I mean, it says we've given you 2 weeks to figure out how to integrate, but we didn't know
before how long they'd been doing
yes.
that.
So,
yeah.
Not really clear.
No, not very clear. Okay, so she realizes he's there, and she realizes she loves him more than she hates her.
I don't know why you can't just do both. Just kill. Just kill Kat and love Xaden.
Violet, in her good mind,
she doesn't like to
would
kill.
not want to do this. She doesn't like to kill. She's like Harry Potter. Dang, third reference. Okay.
That's it. We stop recording.
This recording is over. So she actually lets go of her throat. But she can't move her body. So she's like, I need your help. So he picks her up, which is just cute, I think.
Yes.
Anyways, Kat's like, I didn't tap out. It's like, whatever, shut up.
But you were cheating.
Yeah, and you were also about to die. What does it matter?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, Devera tries to do something.
She didn't figure out what's happening. Clearly. Because she gets mad at Xaden for interfering. And then Imogen shouts, because she cheated, she used mind work.
I know, and I was just like, thank you, Imogen. I'm so glad you're here. I just love you.
Thank goodness Imogen came around to be a friend.
Yes.
Because she is just lovely in her crazy way.
Yeah.
And then Kat yells, she's the one who's unhinged. And then that gets Violet going again. She's like, I'm unhinged. I'll show you unhinged when I kill you for fucking with my head. And she's like, lunge. I can just see her like lunging and Xaden's like holding her by the waist. It's gonna be funny.
It's like him holding like a kitten who's trying to get.
He has to like bend over to hold her by the waist. Otherwise, he's got her wrapped around her boobs or something. Maybe under her arm
off the ground. And she's like lunging over his shoulder.
I need some artwork on this. This is great. I bet you there's something.
Just like full toddler tantruming. Yeah, it's very funny. The image of this.
It is very funny. So then Xaden's also so like he's like really trying to be on the side of like, listen, if you want to kill her, I'll let you. Because even here he's like, let me know if you actually mean it. Like I'll let you go basically if you're really wanting to kill her.
But then it says he lifts me off my feet.
Yeah, okay.
So that means right before. Yeah, so he must be bent over. Or he's just wrapped in only his hands around her waist and they're so big
strong and
strong. They can still hold her just as they
no. But I just love the fact that he's still letting her know, like, I have an absolute, you can totally kill her.
Yeah.
You just let me know. Like, the only reason I'm stopping you is because I'm going to be mad later.
You said that you didn't want to.
But otherwise, please kill her. In fact, it probably makes him hot.
Yes. Knowing these two, probably.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so Professor Kiandra, which I forgot to mention when it was mentioned earlier. There's a Professor Kiandra, which is so close to my name.
That's true. And she is
actually prettier. Kiandra. I want Kiandra.
Kiandra. Yeah, but like everyone's going to pronounce it wrong all the time. We're probably pronouncing it wrong.
No, I like Kiandra. Sounds pretty. What else are you going to say? Kiandra?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, Professor Kiandra, the flyer professor, yells at Catriona and says, "Tell me you didn't." And then she looks at what's happening and she's like, "Let go."
Very obvious.
Yeah, let go, Cat. And then Kat's like, "Fuck her and fuck her entire family. I hope you all die." My goodness, what a child.
Wait till you find out that Brennan's a Sorg.
Just wait. Anyways, so then Violet gets so mad that lightning strikes with thunder.
Yeah, so she can create... Well, okay, I guess if we're going to science, thunder is just the sound that the lightning makes going through the air. They're not separate, whatever, but it seems like sometimes there isn't thunder and sometimes there is with her.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows how that works?
Either way, she just literally let go of her power in the middle of this crowded gym.
And thank God Zayden was there and is used to this.
Zayden goes and just, he's like, "I've done this before."
Oh, this feels familiar.
He's like, it's almost as fun. And snuffs out the quickly growing flames. And then Kiandra yells, "Bragan, Marin, escort Catriona to her room. Her gift is limited by," and then Zayden's like, "distance."
So basically nothing else. It's limited by distance and being able to control your emotions. Like, it seems like there's no other...
Someone should have literally just knocked her out at this point.
Yeah.
Just someone knock her out on the top head.
Too bad the lightning strike couldn't aim.
Oh, gosh. Okay, yes. So Bragan and Marin are taking Kat away. Mm-hmm. And Zayden, I think he, throws her over his shoulder and takes off.
Yeah, and Rhiannon throws the conduit.
Oh, yeah, to him. Mm-hmm. That's right. So it starts to fade with every step away from the room, leaving her raw, right? And she thinks to herself, "Gods, how am I going to keep this from happening again?"
I just hope that... I just hope that Kat gets into, actual trouble for this and not just "Oh, shame, shame." Please tell me she has any consequences for this. Probably not.
Yeah. I don't even remember if there was anything to remember. So he just takes her off. And instead of going wherever she thought he was going to go, he goes to the assembly chamber, startling the 4 assemblymen people there, including Brennan. And I just love this. He's just like, "Get out, all of you, right fucking now."
The most badass thing he's maybe ever done. He's done a lot, but just making the whole assembly just leave.
Just wait until
because
the
it's
next
his
chapter.
house.
Just wait. Everyone is waiting for the next chapter. Okay.
Really? Oh God, I really wanted to do 3 chapters this time, but I knew we too much.
I know. I thought about
even
2.
They're short.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about here. Yeah, okay. So the assembly people look at each other and totally surprise her. Like she says, "Shocks me to my toes." They just leave. They're like, "Okay, bye."
I mean, again, it is his house, but it is funny that they don't even say, "We're busy."
Do you think you could take her?
Is there
anywhere
any other room you could use?
You have a bedroom? Anyway, so this ends with this, basically. He's lowering her down onto the massive middle chair, and he says, "She got you good." He's kind of fingering where I guess she does a bruise on her cheek.
Yeah, I think
he says, "But I think you got the last word." And she says, "And how many of those humiliating words do you hear?" And he says, "All of them." And she's like, "Fuck."
What does he refer? Is that being sarcastic? The last word because she struck lightning.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
Yeah, because
there was no other last word.
Not really.
No, it was Catriona was yelling, I hope your whole family dies."
Right.
And
yes.
Violet just
almost
exploded the room.
Yeah, that's a pretty good last word.
Yeah.
You think your power is great? I will take this entire castle down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I just think it's good that he heard it all because then they can have an actual conversation about this. Probably after, they have sex. But I hope that he knows that she knows and she knows that he knows that she knows, so.
Something straight out of Friends there.
Yeah. Oh, good. Friends reference.
Friends reference.
Cut it up.
It's a good place to end. We have finished that chapter, everybody.
Yes.
Okay. There is a very specific, saying, I guess you can say, that comes up in this next chapter that is on stickers, that is
Let's see
places.
if I
Let's see if you can figure
pull
out
out the
what it
one.
is. If you've seen any, I know you try to stay away from anything that shows up, but there's a singer whose music has somehow been connected with this series. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, it reminds me of Zayden. Oh my gosh, whatever. And so he's been playing it up a lot. And he even says this line in one of his concerts. So we'll see if you can find it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the artist?
I couldn't tell you because I forget his name all the time, but I'll find it once you've read this chapter.
Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. You can follow us on Instagram and Threads, which is, the name is First Wing Pod. We post, and you can also, DM us there. If you want to chat with us frequently, we have a Discord, which you can find.
And it's literally, guys, you just go onto it. Like, there's no...
You're not subscribing.
You're not subscribing to anything. You're not agreeing to anything. You're
just
not
click the link.
Signing over your newborns. We have 2 channels that are active. One is one where Brianna's in. There's no spoilers, and could be talking about the current episodes we put out or anything about that. And then there's a spoiler section where we can chat about things that are coming up or things we remember or whatever random thing you want to say.
If you constantly see amazing Fourth Wing memes on your For You pages, but you've no one to share them with, join our Discord and share them with us.
Yes.
Just make sure you share the right meme in the right Discord channel.
Yeah, and if you are at all frustrated with our pronunciations,
come correct us.
Come on our Discord, because today before recording I went on there and said, help, how do you pronounce ASIM? So that our wonderful listeners could tell me before I mispronounced it.
Yeah.
Because even though I think it's funny that we mispronounce everything, I do understand it frustrates people. So I'm working on it.
I think it's funny too, but again, with my true love Harry Potter, if I listened to podcasts where they kept on saying Hermione or something like that, I couldn't.
No, instantly I'd be like, you are not a Harry Potter fan. Why would I listen to you? So I understand the thousands of people that have probably listened to our first episode and never came back to us. I understand them.
Yep.
Thank you for being here, by the way. Speaking of being here,
we have a way for you to, give us a review, which is Apple Podcasts, or on Spotify, you can leave us a comment style review and rate our podcast. And we read your reviews on our episodes. So we have one today.
We sure do. This one is from Abby's Realm. And she says, like so many others have said, I've been binging these episodes and I'm dreading the moment I catch up and have to wait every week. I've read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, but have yet to read Onyx Storm. Ooh. So I found this pod while looking for a refresher on the first 2 books. And listen to this. I'm so excited. So I've read this before. I'm so excited she says this. I've decided to put myself through some more painful waiting and read along with Brianna for book 3.
Ooh. If you join our Discord, you need to stay out of the spoilers discussion. Then.
That's right. Yeah, because we do talk Onyx Storm in the spoilers.
Yes. Yeah. So you should follow our Discord and join me in suffering in only one channel when I know there's conversations happening I'm not a part of.
Yeah.
My husband goes, the Discord's popping off, and I go, really? I have nothing, so I guess it's not my
it's not your channel. So she says she's going to read along with Brianna for book 3, so I will be right there with you. Thanks for everything you ladies do, and I can't wait for more. I love the fact that she's going to read with you. I think that's great. That's what I would have loved to do. Because when I was reading, although I don't think I could. See, Abby, you'll have to let us know if you actually do it. Because when you finish 2 chapters and you get on this cliffhanger, can you actually close the book? Brianna has to close the book. She doesn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Can you do it? I don't think I could.
It is quite hard, and I could only do it because I read other books at the same time. And so the second I'm like, my God, what happens? And I just pick up my other book.
Yeah, that helps.
Jump right into it and try to forget it all about Fourth Wing.
So I'm very interested, Abby, if you have the strength to do this. I would be very impressed. But yeah, that's what we've got for today.
Love it. Yeah. Okay, good. So next episode we will cover chapters 48 and 49.
Join us next time, writers.
Bye. Bye.